It is Tuesday, June 21st, 2022. This is the Super Organized Show with Lott Jr. I have my fan on because it's super hot already in Los Angeles. I can't even believe it as I'm recording this. Hello, everybody. I'm getting ready for the daytime Emmys, my other life, in a few days. I got things to do for that, all kind of stuff. So I got computers and I have what's the best like there? A microphone and a camera. I'm going to test everything out. Getting ready for that. I'm so excited. 7 years of this show. We're continuing to talk about the 7 years this show has been on, some of the themes that have happened. We talked about the things you learn as an organizer. Last week was the last week was the history of the radio component of it. Now talking books. But I always want thanks and gratitude. I want to give thanks and gratitude. Right, see today, because I just got in the mail yesterday a couple of boxes of hair goodness. My friend Miko Branch, who's one of the co-founders and is the CEO of Miss Jessie's Hair Care Products. I got a lot of hair under here. Just sent me a couple of boxes of just wonderful products of hers, which I'll be showcasing on all my stuff. She is just one of the sweetest people and nicest people. We've kept in touch all these years. And my family and I love her products. They're good for our curly hair and the hair that we have. So I'm very excited. So I want to give thanks and gratitude for her because she didn't have to do that, but she always takes care of us. She's just wonderful. Thank you, Miko. I love you, love you, love you. So that's that. For that, there's also Father's Day recently. Heavenly Father's Day to my stepfather, Larry Jones. He was in heaven. Our first Father's Day without him. I miss him. To my stepdad, Moses, who's my mom today. Even to James Sr. Why not? We're not close, so don't talk, but he's my father on some level. So there you go. I love my kids and grandkids. With that. All right, so I'm going to show you. Well, it's funny. I was cleaning up the other day, and I found this. My super organizer postcard. So if you are not, this is an episode. I will say what I have. If you listen to the audio, so the audio is very popular. So you'll hear it. You'll hear titles. You'll hear stuff, but you may not see this. But if you're watching, you'll see these. I'm right now describing one of my first postcards I ever did. Oh, sorry. This is my first card I ever did. When I was on Vistaprint. I used one of their backgrounds that was popular. My old phone number. Oh my God, I don't have it anymore. Friendly, discreet, non-judgmental. I love these cards. And back then I described myself as an archivist, event, inventory, and organizational services. Yeah, I've changed that over the years. I was like, ooh, I'm not that anymore. I found my old cards. I love those. And I found my old postcard. I was passing these out, which had, it matched the card. And it had friendly, discreet, non-judgmental experience. And people liked that when I had it on there. With another one of my old phone numbers, I don't have it anymore. And on the back, it had the logo and all that stuff. I mean, this is 13 years ago. This is 13 years ago. Thank you, Vistaprint. I love Vistaprint, but it's just so funny the things I was passing out postcards. I was walking up and down streets and passing them out. I got jobs that way too back then. I went to areas of LA I wanted to work and just start passing out stuff. I made some really great connections. That's like my old life. I can't believe that was 13 years ago. I can't believe it. I just think that's just outrageous that time flies like that. I'm drinking coffee too. So I'm going to show you some of the books. I've had many people on the show who are authors who come out with books. And I love talking to people who come out with books. And I've had and now I'm going to show you just a sampling because there are so many books. People have books on my show that I have them. I don't want to pull out and just keep parading books at you. Just watch the episode, listen to them, you can find out. But there's some wonderful books. And these books, just books I grabbed. This first one is completely on purpose. But all the others, I just kind of pulled them out just as examples. I'm not like I like these better than the others or better than anybody else. It just I pulled them out. But the book that got me into organizing, that I actually was like, there's actually an organizing business back in 2008, 2009. Was 2009. I found this book at a bookstore. Julie Morgenstern, Organizing from the Inside Out. Over the years, I've found out many organizers know this book. And it's a pivotal moment in there, but oh my God, she told how to organize It was just like, it was wonderful. And she was easy to read. Julie's best. I've asked you to be on my show. We don't know each other, but I'm online, asked to be on my show. I'd love to have Julie on my show. That would be a full circle moment for me. I'd love to. Anybody knows Julie Morgenstern, get her on my show. Tell her how great my show is. I'd love to have her on and talk to her about everything. But like literally tips, and she's very straightforward. It was just like, this book was so easy. It's well worn. It's so easy to read and so easy to follow. And this book changed my life. New York Times bestseller, Julie Morgenstern's Out Organizing from the Inside Out, the foolproof system for organizing your home, your office, and your life. I will never forget her. Early on, I've had people on my show over the years that weren't organizers. Now it's something that I got a lot of flack for early on. Was like, you're not industry enough. And I was like, I don't want to be industry. That's not the whole point. I'm trying to be a little bit of both. And there are folks, because organizing is everywhere. We all need time management everywhere. And this author, MJ Darty, wrote this book called Life Lessons from a Total Failure. Life Lessons from a Total Failure by M. Darty. And it is hilarious. It is spot on. It is his life. And I'm telling you, he was such a good interview. We had so much. It's one of my early audio only interviews you can catch. He was so good. It's just another. I had a good time with him. He was great about his life, learning about life. Now, someone who's one of the most, I have to mention her because we're tied together in this, no matter what. Lisa Kelly Woodruff is actually one of the most. She's been on my show the most times, I think, or almost one of the most. She's one of the most frequent guests of my show over the years. And she's been on 6 or 7 times over the years. I've done her stuff, and so she wrote a book. One of her books that she wrote was The Mindset Organization, and she has an empire. I've watched her, just like me. I have watched Lisa build this huge empire. I first found her on Professional Organizers Think Tank on Facebook. This is one of the largest groups on Facebook for organizing. I have left the group since for other reasons, but I have to mention her because she's somebody who is a part of the fabric of the show. She's one of the early people who said, yes, I will do your show when I was the nobody. And for years off and on, we'd come back on and we'd always have amazing talks. So her book, Mindset Organization, another one. And also how her ADHD, how it affects home organization. She's not a person who breaks it down for you. So in her books and everything, her whole system is all about breaking it down. We're similar that way. We're like, just say it in plain terms, plain speak. My girl, who I just love to pieces, Vicky DeLacula, I love her name, has one of these books called Don't Toss My Memories in the Trash. And she talks about herself as a professional organizer and stuff. She has a lot of senior move management things. Her company is Organization Rules, works with seniors downsizing and everything, and gives you a great guide. And it's just wonderful. She just tells you, she breaks it again all down for you. Great book. And you do situations. In this book, like how to handle it if you're the adult child, if you're the parent, if you're this. She does great stuff on there. I love it. I haven't had her on the show, but this is a book that I found one day it's called The 1 Minute Organizer, Plain and Simple. All these tips. I like it because literally you just turn, like paper stuff, tells you how something simple. Spaces and things, everyday strategies, clutter control. She has these, clearing clutter, getting started. It's 500 tips. I have not had her on my show. I looked at her on my show too. She's still out there. This book is wild. Donna Smallin, The 1 Minute Organizer, plain and simple. I love it because I have clients who borrowed this book. You're like, well, I had one exercise. I'll share this with you. One of my exercises, because I am also a kind of coacher and people. I had a client who wanted to get in a habit, wanted to build a habit of organizing something every day. Something small, nothing big, just something a little organized in between our sessions. I do something every day. So I let her borrow this book for about 6 months. And she did something, she just turned a page and she'd do what was in the book. And she now is very organized. So that's something, just a little something for you guys. Yeah. Jennifer Ford Barry's Organized Now. I love the cover because it's literally with the binding stuff. Again, I like books that are so just easy and simple and not complicated. But they don't talk to you like you're dumb or anything or talk down to you. They just lay it out in regular terms. How to organize your linen closet. She tells you, gives you goals step by step, how to do that. And then she has these action items on how to stay organized once a month, 3 to 6 months, and once a year. Because she understands there's a whole maintenance component to organization. You don't just get organized in your cure, there's all kinds of stuff. Organizing your refrigerator, turn to. She has this week's goals, how to replace items, how to remove and toss. She literally breaks it down in here, just breaks it down for you. I love this. So it's Organized Now, a week-by-week guide to simplify your space and your life. Jennifer Ford Barry. Love it. I just love the cover because it looks like a day planner. Again, these are just examples. Now, this book is huge, and I got it because I had to read it, and I liked it. It's actually very interesting, very minimalistic stuff. The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning. I mean, it's like the perfect title. Margaret Magnuson. How to free yourself and your family from a lifetime of clutter. It's a little much for me. I do like to have, I like to have things on my wall. I like to live. None of my stuff in my house is obtrusive. It's not obstructing anything. It's not in my way. I purge things all the time. But I like to have art on my walls. I like to have shelves, my Star Wars stuff. Like, it's all organized and everything, but I like to have stuff on my walls. Not because I'm trying to cave myself in, but just because it's beautiful. My artwork is expensive. It's my stuff. I went on there. But very interesting, very Swedish. But I love the death cleaning. It's so funny. We have to read this book, but it's very interesting. The book, I just had to get it, and I wanted to read it. So I like to read other people's methods to see if there's anything that I like out of it. Now, Ann Blummer, love her to death. She had come on my show with the mastery of the business side of organizing. This book is perfection. It goes through sole proprietorship versus LLC. It goes through how you set up bank accounts. She literally breaks it down in terms of the business side, because a lot of us like organizing, and then we're like, we don't know what to do. It's a business. It's a business, folks. It's a business. Business. Now, I thought I grabbed my book. I want to mention my girl, Regina Lark. I have her book somewhere. I thought I grabbed it as part of the books. One of my best friends, want to make sure I mention her. Her books are good too. Make sure you get her book. She has a new book out. You can get that. I thought I had it with me. I also want to mention, oh my God, it's 2 other people I want to mention too. I'm making up their names. I'm so sorry. I'll do another show. I'll do another show or a mini show featuring you guys, because there's another book I thought I grabbed that I didn't grab that I love also, and it's not here. Dang it, I didn't bring and grab it. See, I have so many people come on my show with books that are very useful. I think I didn't bring it with me. I also have the Organizing for Dummies somewhere, so I just wanted to show that too. Everything was for dummies. There's actually some stuff in there that was really good. So, but Kate Varnes, my other girl, great book called Who Am I Now? Realigning Your Home and Your Life. About visualization, and she gives you action plans, and it's about getting control, which all these books are basically about getting control. But hers is, I just love these book covers. They're really nice. And lastly, Mary Lambert's The Declutter Workbook. It's 101 Feng Shui things. So it tells you, this one is about organization and organization in relation to how they feel energy can be set up in a room. So that's different too. As we have that one, I have some people who are Feng Shui experts. Of course, Marie Kondo, I didn't buy her book, but I did read it. I bought it on Kindle. I didn't buy the book. I did read that. I've had people for the KonMari method on my show. And I mean, there's so many other books out there. I thought I grabbed some more, but I didn't. But those are the ones I grabbed. But lastly, I have 2 new books I'm working on right now, organizing books I'm working on right now. But my first book, Sort Out Sundays, Small Simply Large Rewards. It's just a nice little book with tips. You can try on any page. I wrote it, James Lott Jr. And my first little book, I was not gonna put out a book because I thought, everybody has a book out. What do I have to say? Well, these are things that I've learned And it's a small book. It's only like 20 some pages, like a book, no, 30 some pages, like a booklet. People seem to like it. People told me they take it and they do stuff with it, but I'm very real. So my next 2 books I'm working on that are organizing books right now, they're very real. We just, I'm trying to promote. Sort out Sundays, James Lott Jr. No, but I'm very much about, if I get a book, I love books. I want to learn something. And I need something that's going to teach me something I may not know already, something that's going to make it really easy for me, something that's going to really get me excited and help me out. That's what I want. That's what it is. I want to learn something new, but also maybe reinforce things I know already. So I'm a big fan of all that. Oh, sorry, this is the bank. Oh, I gotta look at that. Papers. But I really, really, really like to read people's books and see what they're talking about, because some people share personal stories with their books, but most of us, we're sharing what we know that can work. It works not for everybody. One size does not fit all. That's why many of these books, just check them out. You might find little tidbits from each one. You might find one that completely fulfills what you need. But the point is, all of us are in the field, or we're in the field. Just to mention to my girl Donna McMillan, the late Donna McMillan, she has a book too. And now as I did this, I'm like, there's like 20 of the books I want to show, but I'm not going to show you just book after book after book. Maybe I'll do some spotlights coming up on some of these books. But there's a lot. I'm looking over at my bookshelf right now, going, there's just so many things over there. I've got to bring that one too. But don't worry, we're gonna get them out to you guys. But I just try different books out. Find a book that's good for you. Kindle, person, handheld. Look at them, read them. Check out my books. See if it at least get you started. And take a look and just kind of see what works for you. And if this book doesn't work for you, don't be discouraged. There's books out there that can. Sometimes, if you can't afford an organizer or whatever, get a book of an organizer and at least start with that. But I suggest always try to get an organizer. We're here to help you, and we really can. And most of us have great attitudes. We're cheerleaders. We're here for non-judgmental. We're here for you. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. So we have a history. So I'll always feature you with books on the show. Always. So anybody has a book, come on the show. Send me the book. Let's talk about it. There's always new ways of getting stuff done and getting organized. There is. I'm James Lott Jr. My book's on Amazon. You go to Amazon, James Lott Jr. and get it. I'm at Super Organizer all over the place on all social media platforms, except for Instagram. The show's everywhere, YouTube and on all audio streaming services. Again, thank you so much for 7 years, and we'll keep going as long as we can. But get organized. See you next time.